Welcome to today's news discussion. I'm Sarah, and I'm joined by Sean.
Hi, I'm Sean. Let's dive into the stories making headlines today.
First up, a small aircraft has crashed into Beijing's tallest building, the CITC Tower. Eyewitnesses describe seeing the plane hit the building, causing damage to glass panels.
That's quite a dramatic incident. What's known about the aircraft and the circumstances surrounding the crash?
The reports indicate it was a small plane and it flew into the 109-story CITC Tower, located in Beijing's central business district. There's a significant police presence at the scene and access has been restricted.
Have there been any statements about casualties or the cause of the crash?
The initial reports don't mention casualties, but there are accounts of debris being scattered across the streets. The cause of the crash isn't clear yet.
It sounds like the authorities are still assessing the situation. Have there been any eyewitness accounts that stand out?
Bystanders reported seeing the small plane crash into the building. The police have closed off roads around the CTC Tower, and there's been a restriction on filming at the scene.
That's understandable given the sensitivity of the incident. It'll be interesting to see how the investigation unfolds.
Absolutely. The global flight tracking service, Flight Radar 24, has confirmed the crash, which adds to the credibility of the eyewitness accounts.
So, it seems like there's a consensus on what happened. Now, let's move on to another story.
Gracie the giraffe, who went missing from a Texas ranch about 2 weeks ago, has been found. She apparently wandered off into the open range.
That's a relief. What were the circumstances surrounding her disappearance and subsequent discovery?
Gracie was on a remote private ranch in Texas when she went missing. She was found just miles away from the ranch, and the open range appeared to have been her habitat during that time.
It's impressive that she survived for 2 weeks on her own. Were there any challenges in locating her?
The search must have been challenging given the remote location, but the Real County Sheriff's Office confirmed that Gracie is on her way home.
That's great news. It's always heartening to hear about successful searches for missing animals.
Moving on, Japan is bracing for 2 tropical storms, Mikala and Hygos, which have already triggered over 100 flight cancellations.
That's significant disruption. What's the expected impact of these storms?
The storms threaten Japan with floods, and there have been evacuations and factory shutdowns. The authorities have issued high-level alerts.
So the situation is quite serious. Have there been any reports of damage so far?
The articles mention transport disruptions, and one of the storms has already brought torrential rain to nearby Taiwan.
It sounds like Japan is preparing for a potentially severe weather event. Let's hope the precautions help mitigate the impact.
Shifting gears, a Saudi doctor has been sentenced to life in prison for a car ramming attack on a Christmas market in Germany back in 2024.
That's a serious crime. What were the details of the attack?
The attack occurred on December 20, 2024, in Magdeburg, where a rented BMW X3 was driven into crowds at a historic market, killing 6 people and injuring many.
The perpetrator was identified as Talib A, a Saudi doctor. What was the reasoning behind the life sentence?
The court found him guilty of killing 6 people and injuring hundreds, leading to the life imprisonment sentence.
It's a tragic incident. How did the community react to the sentencing?
The reports don't go into detail about the community's reaction, but it's clear that the attack had a significant impact on the city of Magdeburg.
Lastly, we've got a topic on Melbourne courts, but the context is quite broad. Do we have any specific news or cases to discuss?
The articles seem to be more about general updates and analysis from Melbourne courts rather than a specific case. It might be worth exploring some of the latest developments.
In that case, let's focus on the fact that there are ongoing news and updates coming from Melbourne courts. Perhaps we can touch on the significance of court news in general.
Courts play a crucial role in the justice system, and updates from them can have significant implications for the public and the legal system.
Exactly. It's essential to stay informed about court proceedings, especially in major cities like Melbourne.
As we wrap up today's discussion, it's been a diverse range of stories, from a dramatic aircraft incident in Beijing to severe weather in Japan and a significant court sentencing in Germany.
Indeed. And we've also had a heartwarming story about Gracie the giraffe being found. It's been a pleasure discussing these stories with you, Sarah.
Likewise, Sean. That's all for today's episode. Thank you for tuning in.
Goodbye and see you later.